Hey, it's Scott Johnston here. Let me read to us a passage of scripture from Galatians chapter 6, verses 1 to 5. It says this: Brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourselves, or you also may be tempted. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. If anyone thinks they are something that when they are not, they deceive themselves. Each one should test their own actions, then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else, for each one should carry their own load. Now, it seems like a confusing passage at first, right? Like on the first part, he's like, hey, carry one another's burdens, right? Like support each other. But then on the other side of it, I mean, just a couple verses later, he says, yeah, you got to carry your own stuff, right? You got to carry your own burden. So which is it? Is it do we carry our own load, or do we also help carry other people's burdens? And it reminded me of one of my favorite movie trilogies of all time. I am a huge fan of The Lord of the Rings. Tolkien is a masterful storyteller. He created these books that basically fathered all of high fantasy and fiction, and we don't have things like like Sanderson and Robert Jordan and these other amazing authors. We don't have any of their books without Tolkien's influence. Just an amazing, amazing author. And he was a Christian. And during when he was telling the story of the Lord of the Rings, you have this main character named Frodo who's carrying this evil ring, this one ring to rule them all. And in the movies, Frodo and Sam, his best friend, are traveling from the Shire to Mount Doom, where they're going to destroy this ring. But it is a burden on Frodo the entire time. It's sapping his strength and his willpower. And as they're ascending the mountain, he can't go on, and he falls to the ground, unable to pick himself up. And Sam, in the movie, he leans down, he cradles Frodo, and he's talking with him. And Frodo is talking all about how he cannot even think of the good that used to be in the world, that he can't think about he can't hear the sound of the creek, he has no good memories. And then Sam looks at him and says this. He says, then let us be rid of it. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. And then Sam proceeds to pick Frodo up, and he starts to carry Frodo and the ring up the mountain. Every time that scene comes on in the movie, I bawl like a baby, okay? I remember the first time I saw that scene, and I still rewatch those films, and I still cry at that scene. Why? Because there is such a beautiful friendship that is being shown there. In fact, it reminds me of another passage of scripture that says this in Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. It says, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. You and I may not be able to carry somebody else's burden. There might be things in their life that they are called by God to carry, or that they are struggling through, or a circumstance that you and I have no power over. And while we can't carry that burden for them, we can certainly help carry them. That's what the call of this passage is that you and I would show the love of Christ, the love of God to our brothers and sisters by bearing each other's burdens, by carrying them and encouraging them all the more as we see the day approaching. I hope this encourages you today.